Good morning. Welcome to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele. Just go ahead and get this truck started. Here we go. We are on the third leg of a pretty long trip today. I'm heading to Reading, and we are taking a, reservoir tank. Let's take a quick look outside. Let's hide that. This is the Mack. I really enjoy this truck. It's a little difficult to drive in some respects, but I still really enjoy it. So last night we backed up into this space and had a very uncomfortable night because there's nowhere to sleep, so we slept in the cabin. Hit today cab, so that wasn't good. We're not far from our destination. But we need to get going. Good grief. So, how's this Mack R equipped? Well, we're using a Zmod's. Zmod is playing the tune to a custom Mack E6-series engine. This is one that I've put together. It's I've taken a bit of artistic liberty, shall we say. I'm turning right, aren't I? Yes, I am. In that it's a smart torque kind of engine. Oh, my engine's cold, so I'm trying not to rev the thing so much. So it produces different amounts of torque depending on the gear. But here I've tried something a little different. The engine produces more power in the lower gears compared to the higher gears. And why would I do that? It's to see if I get better mileage. So conventional wisdom would suggest you have your engine produce more torque in the higher gear, because if you're running an overdrive transmission, it's less wearing on the drivetrain and the gearbox to do this. Plus, you've got more of a need for it because the effective torque output or power out the wheel is less in higher gears. So why do it the other way around in the Mack? Well, the reason there is because when I'm accelerating, and my engine's getting up to temperature right now, or I'm climbing a hill, I need all the power I can get. But when I'm cruising, I most of the time don't need so much power. So what I'm essentially what I do let the engine do is, I'm going to bleed speed going up a hill. I'll downshift and get access to more power. Has it worked?
400 meters. Turn right.
I'm going to ignore this and keep going straight ahead. No, not really.
Turn right.
I mean, the engine does okay mileage-wise, but it's not brilliant. Yeah, I'm ignoring that. I'm going to keep going west and then turn north. There we go. Let's figure it out. Otherwise, I've got to go through Stockton. I don't need to do that. Alright. Let's tap cruise control in just a second. There we go. And, am I holding anyone up? I'm bound to be, right? I'm doing 35, 32, 33. Let's give it some power. Yeah, it's not accelerating that well. So, yeah, I'm using my own customized Mack E6-series engine, voiced by a Zmod's. That's always good. And I'm using the stock 6-speed Mack transmission, the overdrive model. So that's it's kind of short geared.
Turn right.
But the engine has quite a broad power band. It needs to with just 6 gears. So what that means is it's less usable, more or less. Let's negotiate this. Alright, let's give it plenty of power. So you can rev it up to 2200 RPM. Like so. Which I kind of need to get the most out of the engine. Is this car going to move over for me? Yes, thank you. And it's a manual. So I'm working those gears. So this is probably 6. Did I count? I think it's 6 gear. That's as much beans as I've got. Not that much acceleration. But otherwise, the trip's been okay. Started off with some heavy rain. Where was I? I think I was in Arizona. Maybe Nevada. It might have been Yuma. So started off in rain, entered California in heavy rain, and that was started the afternoon of the first day. Did a night stop. I think it was a Barstow. Next day, made progress, but not that great progress, to Oakdale. That was the night stop last night. And here I am in the final stretch, so not that far to go today. That's always good. I have plenty of time. And so at this speed, what's that, 1400 revs? It's a little noisy. But that's okay. But yeah, this truck's been great fun. It's a little bouncy with this physics mod I've got, so see if I can demonstrate that by the wheel cam shot. As long as no one surprises me. See how it is oscillating there? Anyone would think I know the stretcher road pretty well, right? It doesn't really settle down. As soon as we start to settle down, it starts to bounce again. So, yeah, it's been a choppy ride, really. It's been a choppy ride. Select 5th. My reservoir tank is only 22,500 pounds, so it's not the heaviest of loads. I've towed 40-something thousand pounds with this engine gearbox. It does okay. One thing's for sure, you don't charge up hills, and you don't really have the power to get into too much trouble, which is a good thing. Would it benefit from more gears? Almost certainly yes. But I get the job done with just 6. Of course, 18 sounds pretty good. But it's a small truck, so I tend to restrict myself to the smaller engines and the simpler gearboxes. Although the Mack triple shaft 5 and I think 6-speed gearboxes are, I believe, enormous pieces of hardware. Maybe the 18-speed wouldn't be so bad a fit after all. Well, alright, so Sacramento. Let's see, let's knock the speed down a little bit. I don't need to be charging in here quite so quick. In fact, let's knock it down a little bit more. Use that engine brake. Yeah, it's a little skitterish.
Continue straight.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hold on to 50 though. That's okay. I might just adopt a cruise at 50. I think I've got the time. Use a downward gradient just to help pick up speed. So we're just about to go down, tap up to 55. There we go. That should be more efficient than just trying to accelerate up a hill. Okay.
Keep left.
I'm not the smoothest driver anyway, but this truck makes it hard to be smooth. It's kind of soft and impacted a lot by bumps. It's probably a lightweight truck, maybe that's why. Now this is the long wheelbase model. So if I can jump to the external view, that like so. The shorter one is probably even more impacted by undulations and heavier cargoes, perhaps. But it's a 6x4, so it's got decent traction, and I love this blue. Oh, stay in your lane, David. It's so hard to drive on the external view like this. terrible job of doing that. So let's see how much speed we lose going over the Sacramento River. 55 down to 50. Notch back on cruise control, let it pick up the speed by itself. There we go. And then just tap up again. You can't run from us forever. Probably can. There's another issue that the Mack R has, as well as being not the most stable platform. I'll demonstrate. So if I turn the lights off, those instruments are pretty dark. It's hard to read them, especially if the sun is quite high in the sky or you're facing the sun. So now put the secondary lights on and you just illuminate the needles. You can't really tell in this lighting. So I'm going to go ahead and put my headlights on. There we go. Much easier to see. This might be something I can tweak in the settings. But I'm not too concerned by it. So let's see how far I've got. 2 hours 40 minutes, but I'm not going to be late, which is good. Well, let's not endure you guys through all of this. Let's give ourselves some accelerated time. I'll be back. Alright, welcome to Reading. So if you hear some background noise, that appears to be a neighbour mowing the lawn, or a low-flying aircraft, I'm not entirely sure. Or it's me messing up my gear changes, both of which are entirely possible. Okay, so we've arrived at Reading.
400
Now we just have to negotiate bumped up traffic. What I mean by that is I have told the game to give me...
Turn left.
Oh, those pedestrians went into stealth mode for a second. To give me way more traffic than normal. I think it's like 2.5 times the normal amount. And it's middle of the morning. So I'd expect Starbucks to be busy with... Oh, I was meant to go left there. Starbucks to be busy with people getting their coffee hits. I'm going to have to just turn around now.
Make a U-turn. This is a mission priority.
Yes, Arnie. That was very disappointing of me. I took a wrong turn. Let's see if I can manage this without crashing into anything. I should be able to. I've used these motels so many times. But never do you do a U-turn. Thankfully it's not the small hours of the morning, so there's not many customers trying to sleep with this noisy Mack coming through. Okay. So as I was saying, I've bumped up the traffic quite a bit. I think I was just excited that I got a green light. So it's quite busy. Oh. Wow. I think I've forgotten how to drive. Not clear. Is this a Peterbilt coming along? Or Kenworth? I'm not going to pull out in front of this guy, as it's going to take me a while to get up to speed. I'll go after him. It was a Peterbilt. Okay. Oh, Does look like there's a Kenworth or a 389 Peterbilt coming along. Wow. That was an unplanned diversion. Okay, that's good. I got a green light. Don't like it when traffic kind of murders like that, but what can you do? Okay. Well, I would say I do that all the time, mostly in real life, not so much in the game. It's a little easier in the game to navigate, that is. But I think this is too high a gate for 30. Yeah, I think it is. Let's drop down a cog.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Well, we shouldn't be late. We've got till about 9 PM, I seem to recall. But yeah, look at this traffic.
Turn right.
Does it make the game more realistic? Yeah, I think it does. As long as there's that, we're actually moving though, which we hopefully are. Maybe. Yep, should be moving now. That's good. Okay, I bet you we get stopped again by the light, but it's okay. Yeah, we do. Plenty of time. Now, I don't know if I should try and sneak down using the shoulder. I mean, I should be okay. I just don't think I want to do this with £22,500 worth of reservoir tank sat behind me in a rather conspicuous 1970s vintage truck. This is asking for trouble, right? And I don't see a police officer around, but then I guess you never do. Wow. A lot of traffic though. Oh, we weren't waiting here long either. That's good. This way I can take it nice and wide. I think I can use third. There we go. Beautiful. That must mean this is fourth, so it must mean I'm trying to use fifth gear to do 30 miles an hour, which is not something you do in a lot of manual cars, I suppose. I'm going to stop sign we're coming up to. There's no point in just busting the engine. And I did it again. I changed it to fifth. Select fourth.
400
okay.
meters. Turn right.
I get the feeling that this truck was kind of tough on clutches, but of course you'd match revs in the real thing.
Turn right.
And the 5-speed's even worse. Yeah, you'd match revs. You wouldn't just let the clutch take all of that strain. That would not be kind. Yeah, let it chug forward. I know. Short shift to second, which I don't think it's going to like. Now I might try the difficult parking. Let's see what it's like here. It's usually dead ahead. Let's have a look. It is dead ahead. I do not fancy doing that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's way easier. I mean, I could pull into the left here and back it up, but this would make a video that could be quite long, even longer. I don't need to do that. Let's just trickle it in third, off the power. I'm going to shift down to second. And then shift down to first. Am I going to actually see when I've made it? Oh, not yet. Too soon, Junior. I am certainly clumsy. Okay, well, we made it. And as you can see, I did turn off my lights. Alright, let's see how well we did. So we only got to see the third leg, so you saw nothing like 1,068 miles. Which is okay. That was a long trip. But I used 132.1 gallons, so, okay. That actually did pretty good. That's 8 to the gallon. That's very respectable. Now, a lot of that was at 55 miles an hour, so that kind of flatters consumption. Okay, well, that just about wraps up for today's video. So if you've liked what you've seen, go ahead and click like. If you didn't like it, dislike. You can subscribe for more. but mostly, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.